I wanted to share a very cool new Google experiment that has recently come out called AutoDraw. To get to AutoDraw, you just go to www.autodraw.com and that will open up a drawing for you. So once you're in here, it's going to give you a blank canvas. If you want to change the size of your canvas, you can do that pretty easily. By going down to the bottom corner, you see a little gray rectangle, and you can change that. You'll notice along the sides, you have some scroll bars, so if you make it really big, you can use those scroll bars to maneuver around on your canvas. So that's just the initial basic setup. It's pretty simple, but there are some very cool things that it can do. The most cool thing is using the AutoDraw tool. So if you look over on the left-hand side, you see all of your tools. And I'll go into each of them, but I'm going to start with AutoDraw. Now, AutoDraw is a pencil, but what Google does is it makes predictions on what you actually want to draw based on what your scribble looks like. You'll notice that the color that is selected is blue, but if you hover over the color, you can change that, and there are a ton of colors to pick from. So I'm going to pick something. I have AutoDraw selected, and I'm going to draw. There we go. Now, it cleans it up a little bit for me, which is nice, and sometimes that's all you need. However, if you look at the top of your screen, you're going to see some suggestions. It says, "Do you mean?" and it's giving you all of these different options, some of which you might not have even thought of when you were drawing that. And you can select any of those from their artist drawings, and that's what your drawing will turn into. So yes, I meant to draw this little car. Click on that and your little doodle will turn into that particular shape. And that's how using AutoDraw works. It's pretty simple, and it inserts that shape right onto your palette. If you want to move things around, you need to use the Select tool. Select is at the top of the toolbar on your right-hand side. And if I select my drawing, you'll see that I get some squares and a circle. These act like things do in Google Drawings. You can change the shape or the size, and then you can either do it proportionally or not proportionally. And then the circle, clicking and dragging on that, will rotate your shape. So this is how you would move it around using the Select tool. Now let's look at some of the other tools that are available to us. The one right under AutoDraw is just Draw. This won't make a prediction for you. However, what this can do is it gives you an option up at the top that allows you to choose your pencil width or your pen width. So you can make it bigger or smaller depending on what you want to do. And then you just click and draw. Now here I closed in my shape. It cleans it up just a little bit, but it doesn't give me suggestions this time. The reason I wanted to make a closed loop because I wanted to show you two things. I'm going to make something that's not closed. One of the other tools, I'm going to skip text for now, and I'm going to move down to Fill. If you select Fill, you can fill in portions of your drawings. And what's really great is it will treat each drawing as a separate layer, and so you can really get precise with your filling. One thing you want to make sure you do is change the color if you want to change the fill color, or keep it the same if you want to keep it the same. And then just click whatever it is that you want to fill. So I want to fill my car. There's my car. And because it was that auto shape, it's going to fill all of it for me. If you do individual drawings on your own, then you can do some more customization with fill. I have this thing, I'm going to fill. Oh, you'll notice it didn't close all the way, so it filled all of it. If I had a closed shape, it would fill that in. So how do you make a closed shape? The easiest way is to use the Shape tool. Right underneath Fill is Shape. If you select Shape, it will give you three options at the top. It gives you a circle, a square, and a triangle. You can choose whichever one you want. Since my background is now all pink, I'm going to choose a different color. and then I'm going to select the square. So I'm going to draw it in. Well, it's a rectangle. And now that I have it on there, I use the select tool to move it around if I want to move it around, and I can rotate it, and I can fill it if I want to fill it. Again, you'll notice that I clicked over where my car was, but it knew I wanted to fill in that particular drawing. It grabbed that for me. So the last tool at the top for editing is the typing tool. So if you click on the typing tool, you'll see your options at the top, just like with the other tools. And here you have the chance to select a particular font that you want to use. There aren't a lot right now, but they continue to add to it. I'm going to use Anton. And you can choose the size of your font if you want to have it larger or smaller. Keep in mind that this tool will allow you to type and you can't change it later, so choose something that you want to do. And I'm going to start typing. Now I can select and change still before I enter that into my drawing, but if you're good with it, you can click off of it and that adds it to your drawing. Selecting text is just like selecting any of the other drawings, and here's where you can change the size if you change your mind, and you can rotate it like you can the other types of shapes. I can select other things and still move them and perfect my drawing. As you're drawing, you may find that you want to see things a little bit more closely, so there is a zoom tool. If you click on zoom and just click in your palette, you can zoom that way, or you can look up at the top and you can just automatically go straight to certain zooms depending on what it is that you want to see. There are also the undo tool, and there's a trash tool or a delete tool. You can just use the delete or backspace button on your keyboard if you want, but if you want to use the delete tool, you have to make sure you select something and then you can delete it. So I have my drawing done. I'm going to zoom out so I can see it 100%, and I want to share my beautiful drawing with the world, right? Why not? It's gorgeous. So if we go over here to the 3 horizontal bars and click on that, you're going to see your options. First off, our start over. If you want to start over on your drawing, you can click one of these 3 options for your base canvas size. Is kind of important because it has the aspect ratio for you. If you know you want a square, you can start with a square, and then you don't have to worry about trying to make sure it meets that perfect criteria later on. And then underneath start over are your sharing options. You can download it. What it will do is download this as a PNG to your computer. You can share it. This is great. If you click on share, it's preparing my drawing. There's my beautiful drawing. I can share it with my connected Twitter account, connected Facebook account, my G+ account, or I can just copy the link and I'm going to paste it in so you all can see it. There's my beautiful drawing. It also conveniently gives you a button to start drawing it yourself. So if you make something, you want someone else to use the tool, it's really easy for them to be able to do that too. I'm done sharing. I'm going to show you the last couple things in here and then we're done. Artist drawings will open up what the artist drawings available to you are, and that's going to be loading. You'll be able to see all the different options there. It's what pops up when you use AutoDraw. Not sure why it's not loading for me right now, but you can see them when you look at it from your end. You can also add things and add suggestions if you want to submit your own information. And then last, it's just an about page. So this is a Google experiment that's pretty new, but it has a lot of cool features in it that you can't really get in Google Drawings, such as that AutoDraw. You can always download it as a PNG and add it into some of your other Google files to use for all sorts of different things. So hopefully you check it out. It's really fun to play around with. Again, you just have to go to autodraw.com and it will just automatically open it up for you to start creating.